everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is April if you've never been here before, and today I'm going to talk about my July TBR. Honestly have a lot of books that I need to and want to read, and then at the end I think I'll also do some random ones just because I'm missing my spin wheel. I'm missing my spin wheel so much. So let's get right into the 10 books on my July TBR. So first off, we have to talk about my book club books. The first one is my book that I'm doing with Crystal from Books Forever After for the Mood Readers Book Club, which I think is going to be on July 28th. We're going to read a classic historical romance, and that is The Secret by Julie Garwood. I've never read a Julie Garwood book, but I know this is a beloved historical romance, so I'm gonna give it a try. I really don't know much about this book. Oh, it's a Highlander book. Okay, I haven't read a Highlander book in a really long time, and I hope I love it as much as everyone else does. The next one that I need to read, I'm gonna read at least one book. Listen, my reading has slowed down a lot this past few months. Not a ton, but like where I'm usually reading like 13, 14 books a month, I'm getting like 8 or 9, and that's fine. I've just been really busy with the garden. It's been out of control and a lot of work. So the swashbuckling readathon that I'm doing with Hannah and a few other lovely ladies, I'm at least going to read one pirate book, and the one I really want to read for that readathon is Sextus, and this is the alien pirate book. Like, the amount of like joy that I'm already getting from this book slays. It slays. So I don't know anything about this other than alien pirate. I may read another pirate book for this readathon. We are doing reading sprints together. I don't know exactly what day I'm gonna have sprints on my channel, but I'm kind of thinking of morning sprints, like on a Saturday or a Sunday, or evening sprints on a Monday or Tuesday. It would be the week after 4th of July. Because I think I could totally do a morning sprint because my family will still be sleeping, or like an evening sprint with the chaos. So do you want chaos sprints or do you want relaxing sprints? It's kind of what you get with me. Yeah, so at least that one, and then if I do another book, it'll be a totally random pirate book because I'm not even really sure what I want to read yet. And then I actually have a lot of ARCS and new releases coming up in July and the very first week of August. So I have a ton of those to read because Lord knows I cannot with a low NetGalley score. I'm at a 79% right now, and that whenever it says like you should be at 80, I'm like, oh, 79, I better get my booty in gear. So the first one that I really need to read is Beautiful Villain. I actually also have the audiobook arc of this, so I'm gonna be reading both the ebook and the audiobook together. And this is Rebecca Kenny's first trade published book, and it's also a Great Gatsby retelling. So I'm really curious about this. I love Rebecca F. Kenny, but I guess Rebecca Kenny is gonna be her trade author name, which is totally fine. I'm honestly really curious to see that it's coming out with an audiobook right away as well, so I'm really glad I was able to snag that one. And then I have Illusion of Stars, also coming out the same day. This is by Sarah Marie Page. This is a romantasy, and it just says slow burn enemies to lovers between a spy and the opposite's second in command. So I love books that are like opposite sides of a war type of thing. So I was really curious about this. Also, I've never read a book from Sarah Marie Page, and you know how I love to just try out new authors all the time. So, oh, she's seeking vengeance. This one also is the one that says it's a steamy fade to black, more similar to like Holly Black's Queen of Nothing. Again, I know I'm a spicy romance reader, but as long as I set the right expectations, I'm fine with a fade to black. That's all it's gotta be. You just gotta set the right expectation. You know what I'm saying? And then I have Ne'er Do Well by Alexandra Vasti. I did get an ARC of this one, but I did also pre-order this one as well because it's supposed to have a step back. And I don't know if it has a step back through like Amazon pre-orders, but it did with like an indie bookstore pre-order. I don't remember if that's still on her Instagram or not, but that's where I saw it at. This whole cover is inspired by the Bridgerton scene with Anthony and Kate, which I love. This book involves Peter Kent, who is a duke with a bad reputation after some mishaps that happened in his past. And Selena is society's most proper debutante, and she's going to be helping him find a match this season. She also secretly runs an erotic circulating library. This one just sounded really cute, and Alexandra Vasti tends to write spicier historical romances, so I really wanted to read this one. And this is one of my August books, but I also got an ARC of Hot Earl Summer by Erica Ridley. Yes, when I put this into Google to look up the old synopsis, I did put Hot Ear Summer. I think that would be more of a horror book, but this is historical romance. Again, with one of my favorite authors. I love Erica Ridley. And this is Wild Winchester's book number 5. The Winchesters are a found family of orphans who were adopted by a very rich baron, I think he was. And this is another one of the siblings. This one actually says it's action adventure, which I sure hope so. The last book wasn't my favorite of the whole 4 that's been out so far. So I kind of want something that's a little more action adventurous, you know what I'm saying? The heroine in this is Elizabeth, and she loves to wield a sword, but also cuddle hedgehogs. She gets trapped inside a castle with a reclusive inventor named Stefan or Steven. I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. Anyways, she's trying to get a job as like a bodyguard or something like that, and he's pretending to be his cousin that she's like trying to be a bodyguard for, and they're trapped in this castle and they have to get out. So that sounds really fun. So I'm really excited to read that one. And then I am going to read the first of a 2-book duology from an author that I freaking love. This is the newest book from Beth Revis called Full Speed to a Crash Landing. Beth Revis is a YA sci-fi author, and when I saw her name on NetGalley, I literally screamed a little because I really love, hang on, let me go get the book. I really loved this book by her. This book is about some people living on a spaceship that have been there for generations, and they've kind of lost their way, and they're trying to figure out like what's going on with the spaceship. It's so good, honestly. I never continued on with the series. I should have, but at least this first book, amazing. So when I saw that she had another sci-fi coming out, I had to jump on it. And then the second book is coming out in December, and I also have an ARC of that one. So I may just read these back to back. I don't know. Anyways, this one is a novella. It's 192 pages, and it says it's a high-octane space heist. Space heist. Say less. And it doesn't say that it's YA, but it says there's romantic tension, so I wouldn't be like surprised if this is lower on the spice scale, which is fine with me. More action adventure, and it does say this is the first of a trilogy, so give me all the high action space opera books. I freaking love them. I'm eating them up. So those are all the books that I remember that I'm supposed to read. I think I have enough to read like 3 random books. So let me go get my tablet from my son and see what the last 3 books that I'm gonna read are. Ew, this is why you don't give electronics to kids, because they become very gross. All right, I think we're ready now. Let's pick book 1. Oh, a dark fantasy. I have a few of those. Oh, I know what I want to read for this one. The Book of Azrael. This has been on my Everend list for audiobooks for a while, so I really need to read this one also because This is an author that will be at Romanticon, and I'm trying to read a book from a whole lot of authors that will be there just to see if I need to get any books signed. So let me try this one out. I don't know what it's about. I don't know that I want to know what it's about either. So I'm assuming maybe some kind of demon angel thing. Azrael seems like an angel name. So that's kind of where I'm headed with that one. I don't know anything about it though. It could totally just be a fae book. You never know. Okay, book 2. Hair keeps getting in my mouth, but it's because the fan's on, and there's no way the fan will not be on. Okay, it's freaking hot outside. An audiobook. Okay. Well, Book of Azrael could also be an audiobook, so that may just work out for that. Okay, so let me just see what I have on Everand, and we'll see what we can pick. I do have Leather and Lark, but I'm like halfway through that, and I think I'll finish it before the month of June is out, so I don't want to pick on that one. Ooh, am I ready for a thriller? It's only 10 hours, so double speed, 5 hours. That could be a short one for work. I don't think I'm ready for The Familiar yet. Truly Madly Deeply, I really want to read, but this is the second book, and the first book I haven't read yet, and they don't have the first book on Everand. How rude to have like the second book there and not the first. What is going on with my hair right here? What the hell? Why didn't anybody say that? I also don't think I'm ready for When the Moon Hatched. We don't need a long book to add here. We want a shorter one. You know what? I would really love to read this YA thriller actually. So I'm gonna go with Their Vicious Games. This is by Joelle Wellington, and I've heard people who have read it love it. This book is about a Black teen who is trying to reclaim her Ivy League acceptance. So she enters an elite competition where there are some deadly high stakes. Again, I have heard some really good things, and again, I think they say that this is like a Squid Games book, so but YA. So I love a good YA thriller, so I'm really gonna add this one. Okay, last spin. Let's find what else. Okay, I'm reading like just a crap ton of ARCs this month, so we're just gonna spin one last time. A monster romance. I do have a bunch of those. Oh, you know what I have that I really want to read? I really want to read Seduced by the Swamp Creature. This is by, what is her name? The author's name, it's lovely. It's lovely. I can't read it when it's that small. That's right. The author's name is Ivana Schlappycock. But mostly, I just want to read this because this cover, I die over it, okay? I just die. It's so, I just love these covers that are very almost 70s-ish in nature, and they have the full-on embrace that is so overdramatic, but with a swamp creature. I really want to read this one so bad, and it's 59 pages. Oh, maybe I can talk Maggie into reading this for Weird Ass Romance. It's not necessarily like a sentient object type of thing, and a swamp creature isn't like the weirdest thing out there, but it is a short one, and it's got a fun cover and author, so yeah, let's do it. I'm at least gonna read it. I'll talk Maggie into putting it for Weird Ass Romance next month too. So those are the 10 books that I'm going to be reading for July. Let me know if any of these spark your fancy and you feel like reading them soon too. Thank you for joining me, and as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.